I have loved video games as far back as I can remember. Ever since I first slapped the Donkey Kong cartridge into my Nintendo 64, I've had a love affair with gaming. But it's not just the fun that games bring me that lure me over and over again. It's the idea of exploring an entirely new world, created with vibrant surroundings, interesting characters, thought-provoking and awe-inspiring stories, and just feeling like a true hero in a different universe. But as time went on, I faced a dilemma that just about every game-loving child has come up against. I grew up. As I graduated high school, moved to a new state, got married, and seriously invested time into real-world aspirations, I was forced to place many of the games that I loved on the back burner. Simply not having enough hours in the day for work, family, and video games forced me to play short sessions of 100-hour titles, or even forego them entirely. So here I sit, in 2019 with a burning question. Is it too late? Have I missed my chance to enjoy these classic AAA titles, left in the dust? Am I forced to ride the bandwagon of new consoles, new franchises, and never give the classic games of the past a chance to receive the attention they deserve? I intended to find out. So I set out on a mission. I chose to dust off my old systems, figure out how to plug them into my new 4K TV, and took a journey into the past. But have the games I missed simply been overshadowed by newer experiences of 4K graphics, VR capability, and online play? I really hoped not. In order to find out, I had to start somewhere, to take a classic that I just never got around to finishing and commit to finally explore it to its fullest. One game stood out above all the others as the first endeavor I should take. One game that I had dreamed of finishing since I first saw my brother boot up his PlayStation and attempt to grind through it. One game with a music that still plays in my head to this day. And as a result, I have to ask an extremely important question. Is it too late to play Final Fantasy VII? Final Fantasy VII is widely regarded as the game of its generation. From being the first in the series to produce 3D graphics to spanning 3 whole game discs, Final Fantasy VII is a landmark title that many have hailed as one of the most important games in entertainment history. Most gamers worth their salt can instantly recognize Cloud with his purple getup and blonde hair wielding that gigantic sword, or Sephiroth with his winged fearsome figure and that menacing one-winged angel music in the background. But how many have actually undertaken the challenge to finish this title in its entirety? To grind from the first level all the way through to the final battle with Sephiroth. As vital as this game is to all games that would come after, I had never found the time to go back and actually play it through. I feared that the game may not hold up to today's standards, what with the incredible graphical scale of games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and God of War. I was worried that I might in fact be disappointed in such an old game. It demands a large chunk of time, and by the time I was finished, my in-game clock was maxed out. I had barely stopped to even tackle the massive side quests and optional story missions available to me. I hadn't yet explored every inch of the world map, and no, I haven't defeated Ruby or Emerald Weapon. Maybe someday. But what I found when I set out to finish Final Fantasy VII was nothing short of a spectacular experience that was worth every second. I had felt every emotion possible, the joy of winning an epic boss battle, the sorrow of losing a beloved character, and the fear of coming face to face with a final foe in a showdown of epic proportions. The amount of times I thought about rage quitting after being quickly smited by Jenova was staggering. The hours I spent in the Temple of the Ancients trying to figure out that stupid clock puzzle and Rolling Rock pathway are too shameful for me to admit. But every single bit of time spent was an investment into a story more amazing than I could have imagined. From the characters, to the incredibly beautiful music, to the obsession with finding and using materia in unique ways, I was absolutely lost in this world Square Enix had created. I can't remember the last time a game was so good that I chose to stay up until the wee hours of the morning playing night after night, even though I had work the next day. Final Fantasy VII is more than a game. It's a beautiful work of art that should be appreciated by everyone. It's a story that should be told over and over again, and never forgotten, no matter how far gaming may take us. If you haven't yet delved into the world of Final Fantasy VII, maybe you just haven't had the time, or you simply felt your time was better spent on newer titles and that the time to play this game had passed, I would encourage you to reconsider. There are so many big budget, hyped up games coming out today that don't even hold a candle to what Final Fantasy VII created and has to offer. I promise you won't be disappointed that you made the time. I would say that at the end of my experience, the answer to the question, is it too late to play Final Fantasy VII, was a resounding no. This is a game that has stood the test of time, and I sincerely hope that through the crowd of new VR experiences and Battle Royale obsessions, it will continue to do so. What other games do you feel have stood the test of time and still deserve to be played in 2019? What experiences should gamers make time for that they may have missed the boat on? In the limited time we have in our adult lives to play video games, what are those undebatable titles that we simply must make room in our schedules for? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more videos.